what's up, everybody? Welcome to The Stack. I'm Alex.
I'm Justin.
I am Pete.
And we've got 3 Newsarama Sneak Reviews for you today, including Ultimate Spider-Man 120, X-Men Legacy 209, and Black Panther 35. But before we get into that, we have a special guest today, guys.
That's
We're
right.
very excited about. Do you want to introduce him?
Sure.
Oh, it's something we found in the studio.
Yeah, those are fun days.
How's it going, Hillary?
Great, I read comic books.
Oh, wow.
That's great.
That might sway my boat.
Well, we're going to check back in with you, Hillary, at the end of the show for the question.
I'll be down here by your pants.
Just like...
What? Hillary?
Wow, that was great.
Get out of here.
Where'd you go?
She was making I was behind her.
Oh, that's gross.
You know what I'm saying?
What is that? What is that, Joe?
Whoa! Jeez, unnecessary.
I was being like, let's get to the next comic.
Please.
Let's get
Oh, no, come on.
Ultimate Spider-Man 120.
Oh,
What'd you guys think about this issue? Enjoy it? All ages title.
Yeah, right.
It's Spider-Man was barely in this thing.
It was Ultimate X-Men practically.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think
It's
it's
like,
been
hey,
like that for a
Magneto
while,
steals
plot-wise.
kids ultimate.
Yeah, he was dating Kitty. He brings in the X-Men. I think it makes a lot of sense. The arc being Spider-Man and his amazing friends.
Yeah, I feel like the Ultimate Universe is, the continuity is so tight, especially, I mean, having Spider-Man date Kitty Pryde, I thought was such a cool move. But they're keeping it so kind of internal that I wanted to expand out at this point.
Yeah, there is a lot of Ultimate titles crossing over with other Ultimate titles this week, which is kind of interesting. I guess they're sort of like clearing the deck before the whole Ultimatum thing would be my guess.
Which I guess they got to get all the dangling plot threads.
Yeah.
Kind of.
That being said, I like it a lot. I mean, I like Stuart Amonen's art on it.
Yes.
Bendis, as always, does a great job with the title. It's very new reader friendly. Even one of the things that I like about Ultimate Spider-Man, which is going to sound a little bit like a diss on it, is that you can drop out of an arc and get right back into it.
Yeah.
Which I actually do really appreciate a lot.
I'm the same way. I haven't read it at all.
Yeah, I haven't. It's been a while.
It's still in English. It's still in English.
But what sucks is if you want
They had one arc that was in Spanish.
Yeah.
If you want your Spider-Man fix, and you turn to this comic, you're not going to get it because he's barely in the thing. So it's like...
Your fix?
Well, yeah, because Amazing Spider-Man
Come on,
blows right now, so it's like I'm not going to read that
There
Spider-Man.
are some great moments with Spider-Man in this issue. I totally disagree with
I agree, especially toward the end. He does some nice things.
Absolutely.
Well, yeah, at the beginning he's in it, and at the end, and then in the middle it's a bunch of bull.
Wow. The
You
spider...
can just, if you want, just rip out those middle pages. It's totally cool with everybody. X-Men Legacy 209.
I found the Spider Ombre arc very good before.
Really? Yeah. Really? You wanted to go back through that for Spider Ombre? All right.
Ombre.
X-Men Legacy 209. How'd you guys feel about this issue?
It's just tough for me because my Professor Xavier is in a wheelchair, so I don't like walking around Professor Xavier.
That...
It's not cool.
You're caught up on that? He sits down during a portion of the
and I was like,
We're
thank God.
We're not going to spoil anything about this issue in particular for you guys, but I did feel like it didn't really follow up on the promise of the previous issue. We talked about the previous issue and how it was a great setup, almost like a new series.
Yep.
This almost disregards everything that happened in the previous issue.
And it took all the good things about the first issue and just kind of threw them by the wayside and moved back into kind of the X-Men where it's just like, we've seen this before, it's all moving in the same direction.
Don't get me wrong, it's solidly written,
Yeah.
it's well drawn, it's a fine X-Men title, but it was just disappointing to read this after 208, I felt like.
Hopefully they're going to get back. I mean, I don't know where this legacy's going, but hopefully it's going to go in more the direction of, like, let's explore the X-Men's past, especially Professor Xavier, and see how that speaks to the future. Which is a great idea. No one looks at Professor X's life to see, I mean, he's the father.
I don't understand exactly at this point what this title is in the long term.
Yeah.
I felt like it had a very clear mission statement last issue, and I don't know what it is anymore.
They've changed their mission statement.
Yeah.
You can agree with that, Hillary.
Oh,
Don't
no.
ever do that. See?
Oh, yeah.
She was doing something else
I'm really glad
during the
she's
first
here.
review.
What? This is horrible.
Well, that's a great time to talk about Black Panther 35, you guys. I totally agree. All right, Black Panther 35, what'd you all think about this?
Black Panther is, I thought it was exciting and thought a lot of stuff happened. It's just one of those things where it's like, I always want to like Black Panther more than I do. I'm like, he has such great qualities and cool stuff about him, but then it's like, it always kind of somehow gets murky, and then it's like, oh, it was a cool reveal at the end, I thought. And I was like, all right, cool. Yeah. I'll pick up the next one. But
I've also never been into Black Panther. I like they kind of have built this subset of the Marvel universe with him running Wakanda and having Storm as his wife. But I don't know. I'm not into it. I'm not into this. Yeah.
Why specifically are you not into it?
I guess it has to do with that though it's nice that it's separate, it's also so separate that you don't understand where it's going.
It's almost two continuities. It's almost like two separate things going on that never really...
I guess I could see that. I mean, on the other hand, I would say I love what Reginald Hudlin does with this title. I think it's a lot of fun. It's very light. It moves very quickly. There's a lot of action. There's a lot of humor. There's good character development. I don't know. I really enjoy it a lot, and I enjoy it certainly a lot more than I would expect to.
I did laugh out loud with, when he was interacting with his mom. I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah, it's enjoyable. It also, it has a lot of nice human touches, especially for somebody that's supposed to be the mysterious, silent, ass-kicking character. It's very much based in family, which I think is kind of cool for a comic book.
And I love the way he interacts with Tony Stark in this. I think it's a nice way to see Iron Man in this current incarnation.
Yeah, absolutely. Would you say pick it up?
Yes. I'm going to say no.
Okay.
Ooh.
All right. I would definitely say yes and find some back issues.
I'm different.
Yay! After the break, we are going to have a speed round and one of your viewer mail, so stay tuned.
Hey, did you know comics have a long tradition of interactivity? Yeah. Before the internet, there were letters pages. Fans would send in questions and comments, and creators would print those letters along with their responses in the next issue. Now, these days, a lot of comics have ditched the letters pages, but Pulp Secret thinks some traditions are worth keeping. Send an email to tips@pulpsecret.com, upload a video comment, or leave a message at 888-841-7549 and let your voice be heard, literally. Pulp Secret, keeping the tradition alive.
How about why?
No! Stop!
Meow! So many sounds you can make when you're pointing at stuff. You know?
Yeah, you're right, Alex.
All right, let's get into the speed round.
Yeah.
Pete, do you want to kick it off?
Sure. I was still doing the speed round sound effect.
Yeah, that's great. They can't do it.
Everyone's Dead #1. This is a great, fun first issue, but the problem was everyone's not dead. I was kind of hoping that was going to be the start.
You lied to me, title.
Yeah, that was deceiving. But it's very funny. I like the world that it's set in. It's enjoyable. Pick it up.
Fear Agent 19 lives up to the title. There is fear in the issue and several agents. Pick it up.
Countdown #6. There are no clocks in this issue as far as I can tell whatsoever.
I didn't get that.
Very disappointing. I was expecting more clocks, at least 6 of them.
Yeah.
Ideally, that would be counting time backwards.
Yeah.
Didn't happen.
What the devil?
Grendel Behold the Devil #5. Thank you for the tie-in there. This is great. It's really building. I'm really enjoying the art and the way this is unfolding.
Just quick question. Did it have anything to do with Beowulf, and did anybody see the devil?
Yeah.
Nope.
Oh,
Bad issue.
Tangent
Whoa.
Superman's Reign #1. While there was little rain in the issue, I later learned that it's a different meaning of the word rain. This issue is unnecessary. You don't need to pick it up.
Cool. All right, and that's it for the speed round.
Yeah.
Okay, Colleen emailed in to tips@pulpsecret.com. Several live-action shows have been made into comics, more specifically Star Trek. How do the comics compare to the shows? Does the format of the comic make this sort of transition to and from print to screen easy? So what do you guys think? We were actually talking about this a little bit last week about licensed properties in comics.
Like Star Wars.
Yeah, you're a big fan of those Star
All right, let's not get crazy. I like Star Wars
I
comics
really
now.
think it's like which one you pick up first, like which one you really in love with. Like if you picked up the comic before you started getting
Like
into
what? Like what would you have, I mean, not to totally challenge your point, but would you have been like, ooh, Star Wars, this sounds like a good comic, and you've never seen
Well,
a Star Wars
obviously, something that's so, important out there, but other TV shows like the Serenity comic you were talking about before, I wasn't aware of the tie-in with the TV show or anything like that.
Okay, and you
So,
liked it.
yeah, I like the
But you
comic.
haven't seen the TV show.
Right, so...
Okay, so you don't know yet that you're going to like the TV show better.
Right.
You probably will. You probably will.
You almost definitely
But I'm just saying that there's a
It's a lot
difference
faster,
of
you don't
what
have to
you fall
read.
in love with first. Like if you really like the way something is portrayed in a comic, then you see it on the screen, you're like, man, that's not really how I'd like to.
Well, the thing with like Star Trek and Star Wars comics specifically is they occupy a certain place in the nerd universe that is for some reason below the rest of the comic book world.
Yeah, totally.
And I don't get it because like
I mean, those guys are nerds.
Yeah, whoa, no.
Don't near that
STTNG,
finger.
STTNG, big fan of the show. Haven't picked up the comics, but I might.
Do you prefer it to STDS9?
I mean, yeah. It
What
was
about
way better.
STV?
I'll do that. Like, I'll do that on occasion.
Okay.
I'll watch it all on TV. But
What about E?
E Entertainment Television?
Enterprise. There's no Star Trek, I don't think.
But
Did I
like
derail your point?
Yeah, a little bit. And my life.
Okay.
I'm such an icon of cool.
I would say I am not a big fan of the licensed properties. It feels like to me, and I know this is such a ridiculous distinction in nerddom, but it doesn't feel like the real stories to me because most of them happen, for the most part, between the stories that have happened before.
Yeah.
So there's no risk, there's no danger for any of the characters. You read a Star Wars comic, it's not like Leia and Luke are going to get their heads chopped off or anything like that and not be around.
Yeah, but what about the lobster guy and the guy with the lips?
Yeah.
You don't know about their backstory, and I do because I read Star Wars Legacy.
Oh, right.
What about
All right,
Buffy?
Come on. Well, this is, I think, the difference for me. And again, it's a very, very thin difference. But I'm not interested in the Buffy Tales of the Slayer volumes. But I am interested in the Buffy season 8 because it is
Well,
the official.
congratulations! You
Because of
parsed a
weed,
very
that's
fine
why.
line.
I have.
Good lord.
Seriously though, because again, they don't feel like the real stories, as opposed to, hey, you guys, this is the actual creators doing the official continuation of the entertainment product that you love so much.
You're being so diplomatic with your point. Hillary, what do you think of licensed properties? I'm busy trying to win an election. Shut up. God, she is so shrill.
That's so weird that I never see you and Hillary in the same place.
Yeah,
I'm always
that's-
behind her. I'm always
That's
behind her.
weird.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Yo,
Ah,
she
well,
has.
You know what they say? Behind every Hillary is a great justice.
Yeah, that's true. And
All right.
also, she's
do
got.
you guys have a licensed property that you like to read or that you hate to not read? Write into us. Also, if you have a question,
Think about it.
Call us at 888-841-7549 or write into tips@pulpseeker.com. You can also upload your video responses on YouTube or comment right here below the video. We will see you next time.
Hillary Clinton has a firm ass.
Wow.
Yes, she does.
Wow.
Yes, she does.
No.
What?
Fine.
I do not approve of that statement.
Pete LePage does not approve of this message.
At the tone, leave a message. We'll get back to you.
I think after he's had enough time to assert himself in the industry, we will look back at Brian K. Vaughan with the same kind of regard as we do Alan Moore.
Jeff Johns. What he did with the Green Lantern was amazing. He turned the color yellow into something that makes Superman bow down and cry like a little baby. Enough said.
Neil Gaiman. Met the guy once, was a big jerk to me, but I still like his work.